Peace, peace, family. George Macon back at you again. I come to talk to the family today, man, and give some OG wisdom. OG meaning offering game. Game meaning God's attention, motivation, education. It's time that a lot of us OGs come out and we begin to speak words of wisdom into the minds of the youth. Now, I was in a barbershop on Saturday, and there was some youngins in there having a conversation. And they were saying that, they was talking about the murder rate in Philadelphia, where the murder rate is so high. But they also were saying, man, that these dudes, man, everything they do for the attention of women. Man, these dudes, man, everything, man, these dudes out here, man, they sell coke, they killing each other, man, it's all over women. It's to get attention of women. And, even a corporate guy, he buy these cars and these nice clothes to get the attention of women. And I had to intervene with some OG wisdom. And I had to explain to them, I had to offer them some game. And I said, let me explain something to you, man. That's not what men do it for. Men don't do those things for the attention of women. Now, I want y'all to listen to me, because the game has been given to you backwards. Men do these things for the attention of other men. Men by nature seek power. And when men are respected by his peers, when men are feared by his peers, and he has power, women and all the money and everything else show up. Men don't sell drugs for women. Men don't achieve higher education for women. Men like to be seen amongst men in a position of the top dog. This is why men do it. Women are secondary when it comes to that. Listen to me, and listen to me well. Women read the producers, the credits. They know who the producers are. When you are the top dog, where you at, and you have all the women watching and looking at you. But when that woman sees you falling in line, when the big boss come around, she looks at the big boss. Because to her, that's protection, direction, and correction. Women admire powerful men. Men understands this, so men seeks power. Remember in the movie Scarface, when Scarface homie was chasing a girl and she slapped him, because when he licked his tongue at her, and Scarface told him, he said, don't worry about that. First we get the money, the power, and then we get the women. When you don't have the respect of your peers, we don't have the respect of men, man, everything you get can be taken from you. Men, through their egos, seek power. Men like to be seen amongst men. When you come through the block, you spin through the block in that car. Back in the day when we had them cars, it wasn't just about the women seeing you. It was about the dudes letting you know that I reign supreme over everybody here. And in our wickedness, we used our power to get women to do the things that we wanted them to do. But the first thing I had to do was get the respect of my peers. So I'm telling you that men don't do these things for women. You're giving the game backwards. Men kill each other, do home invasions, right? To take another brother out so he can be seen as top dog. Men in corporate structures wipe other corporations out so they can be seen as top dog. Men floss for men. Men floss. Listen to me well. Men floss to be seen as the king, to be seen as powerful. When you respect it in your streets, when you respect it in these streets, or whatever corporate structure, whatever you do amongst your peers, that turns women on. That turns women on. A woman will never respect you if you look good and you get with the women, but you have no respect. You can't protect her. You have no power. Women like men that can protect, that can hold things down. Women like to know that she's going to be protected. You guys have to understand how this thing operates, man. And the second part of it is because through our egos is conditioned to be wicked. So when we get that power, we use that power to manipulate people to do things for our best interest. That's not always for our best benefit. But when you got power and access to resources, now you can get a woman to do anything you wanted to do, for the most part. Now you can get a woman to compromise herself in ways that she probably wouldn't have if you didn't have the resources. If you didn't, this is why men like to floss amongst men. Listen to the music. It was a line the Cash Money had back in the day, that your wife is my baby mama. How does your wife get to be my baby mama? Listen to that wretched, wicked line. Your wife is my baby mama. Well, your wife becomes my baby mama based off of the perception of status that I have, based off the perception of power that I have in the society that dictates your finances and the way you're perceived as so-called power. A lot of OGs need to get out here, man, and be OGs, offer game. OGs. God's attention, motivation, education. We got to wake up our people, man. And we got to get our young men's ego intact. You don't have to be seen amongst men. Too many of us is working to be seen amongst men in wicked ways. And a lot of our women get blamed for things, but it's not the women. Women seek after men of power, but men seek power, and he's willing to do anything to get it. He's willing to die trying. He's willing to compromise himself in many different ways. To be seen not amongst women, but to be seen amongst his peers, his brethren. Because if he got the respect and the admiration and the honor of his men, when he has the power, when a man has the power to give orders and make men move in the manner in which he wants, man, that becomes intoxicating to the ego. It becomes intoxicating to the ego. And women are turned on by that. When you got women that's looking at you as a boss, and she sees that boss fall in line for these other powerful men, it's the society we live in. Young bucks, you don't do this for women. You don't do this for women. Stop letting people tell you that. You do this for the ego. You do this to be seen amongst men. And you'll be willing to cross your brother to be seen great amongst men because you've been lied to. You've been given the game backwards. How about you just be humble? You just be humble. You walk in love. You walk in intelligence. And knowing that you ain't got to live fully through your ego. Stop walking in the ways of the conditioned mind in this world. I don't want to be seen amongst men. I want to be respected by my peers, but I don't want to be respected in all the wrong ways. I don't want women to look at me and want me for all the wrong reasons. Because of that, I'd be willing to do anything to get that euphoria, to get that feeling. And that's not a good thing for the communities that we come from. So stop living out your ego. Renew your mind, man. Renew your mind. Set standards for yourself. As a man, when you begin to set standards for yourself and want for your brothers what you want for yourself, meaning love, and you walk in love, the women that covet you will begin to change the way she thinks. Because as a man, you are the standard. You set the standards and the marks for the things that you want. You are the initiator. A woman is a receiver of what you give her. That's why you have the phallus. She has a womb in the bosom. She's a nurturer of life, but she's a receiver of what you give her. So as black men, we got to give love to each other, respect to each other, admiration and courage to want to be better and want to live through a brotherhood. not to be seen amongst men as top dog and be willing to do anything for it. So no, in closing, we don't do this for the pleasure of women. You do it for the pleasure to be seen. But if you're going to be seen for all the positive things. Be seen for love, for holding down the family, for sacrifice and commitment. Willing to share, willing to be an OG and offer game to other young brothers and lead them on the right path. All right? So I close with that. Till the next time, peace.